Good morning and welcome to another edition of Beyond the Pulpit. On Wednesday nights for the past, 1 week, and then we're going to be studying more this week and probably some week after next, we've been studying the prophet Habakkuk. And in that very first chapter of Habakkuk, verse 2, he says this, "O Lord, how long shall I cry, and you will not hear?" Every believer experiences times when God is silent. We pray, we wait, and we wonder why God has not answered. The prophet Habakkuk understood those feelings. He looked around, he saw violence, he saw injustice and wickedness in the world, and he cried out to God and wondered why nothing seems to be changing. The encouraging truth is that God's silence does not mean God's absence. Habakkuk learned 3 important lessons after he asked that question. God hears every prayer. Even when God does not answer immediately, he hears. God never ignored Habakkuk's cry. In fact, God was already working on a plan that Habakkuk could not yet see. In other words, don't stop praying simply because the answer has not come. And God always sees, he sees more than what we see. Habakkuk could only see the problems around him. God could see the whole picture. Sometimes we want God to act immediately, but God is working according to his perfect wisdom and timing. Trust God's perspective when you cannot understand his plan. And God calls us to live by faith. One of the great verses in Habakkuk is found in chapter 2, which we'll get to this week in Bible study. By the way, you all are welcome to come to Bible study on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. and stay for choir at 7. The question is this: the just shall live by his faith. Listen to that. The just shall live by his faith. Faith is trusting God when the answers are not yet visible. Faith says, I do not understand everything, but I trust the one who does. By the end of the book, we're going to find out Habakkuk's circumstances has really not changed much. But what's changed has been his heart. He learned to rejoice in God even before he saw the answer. And also in chapter 3, he declares that even if the crops fail and the fields produce nothing, he will still rejoice in the Lord. The lesson this morning is simple. When God seems silent, keep praying, keep trusting, and keep walking by faith. God's delays are not his denials, and his timing is always perfect. I want you to take this to heart because it's very, very true. And it stands for all of life, everyone out there trusting in Jesus Christ. Just continue to trust in him when he doesn't seem like he's right around the corner. We love you here at Bloomingdale. Hope you're having a great week, and we look forward to seeing you either Wednesday or both Wednesday and Sunday. Have a good week. Thank you.